a piece in The Australian today by Dimitri Bernstein about Prime Minister Anthony Albanese. He says that the Prime Minister is ignoring the laws of economics and he's getting away with it now but won't be able to in the coming years. Bronwyn, is the PM trying to defy harsh economic realities here?
Absolutely. I mean, you've got the RBA and the government completely on different trajectories. You've got the RBA applying the blunt instrument of interest rate increases, and you've got the Labor Party, the government, in fact, increasing spending and pushing for increases in wages, both of which feed into inflation, which is counterproductive for what the RBA is trying to do. The net result is, and understand what putting up interest rates means. It means that you expect to see an outcome of businesses going broke and of people becoming unemployed to lessen the demand in the economy. That's what it means. And you can't, if you then feed in inflationary pressures, because you're giving it to the unions and giving unions back their power, not just with industrial relations, but with increase in wages, which will feed into, if you get inflation and wage increases chasing each other's tail, it's a very unhappy tail. So they're out of kilter, and yes, the policies of the Labor Party will make things worse, and reality will hit, and particularly when we start to see the strikes and blackouts.
Stephen, now you're a stalwart of Labor's right. Surely you can see how this socialist left PM is going to get us into all sorts of trouble.
Well, look, I did read the article by whoever that was, with whatever qualifications that he didn't put, Dimitri, who didn't, other than saying he's a government policy advisor. But frankly, I thought his analysis of the way Albo was governing was very sound. His analysis of why this is a very sound government, about the amount of experience, was very sound. But then I confess I did not understand a word, and I thought back to my economics degree and thought, what is this guy on about? So let's just deal with two issues: wages and the Reserve Bank. The Reserve Bank governor should resign. He shouldn't be seeking a second term. He should accept that he has stuffed up his one job. He's got one job, and he has stuffed it up when it comes to his management of interest rates. And it's stuffed up because he's got the economic modelling behind his forecasting completely wrong. He won't admit it's wrong. He won't point the bone internally and say, guys, we've got it wrong. And for that reason, apart from any other, he should go. Then we've got Bronwyn. Now, I first heard Bronwyn. No, Bronwyn, let me finish. No, he's not a scapegoat. He's got it completely wrong.
Well, he's a nice subterfuge.
I first went and listened to Bronwyn in the 80s when she was a rising star in the Liberal Party. She came to ANU, where I had just finished my degree, and I went back and listened to a speech she gave, and she has been consistent. So from that period in the mid-80s when I first met her at the ANU, she has been consistently wrong. But she has been consistent, to be fair to her.
Stephen, we are on the opposite sides, aren't we? You'd expect that from you.
The problem in this economy, Bronwyn, is that real wages are falling. And the problem the Liberal Party has got is it has real wages.
You might say they're not keeping up with inflation,
wages have,
but they were.
That's the definition of falling.
No, it is not.
That's the definition in economic terms of real wages falling.
Well, Stephen,
not keeping up with inflation means real wages are falling.
But if we have increases in wages, that is going to be inflationary at a time where inflation is a problem and is causing rate rises. So you can see what Bronwyn's saying.
Just to point to the economics 101 does not mean wages going up automatically means interest rates going up. It depending on how they're achieved, if they're achieved with productivity. But
there is no productivity. That's the problem.
But let's go back to the Reserve Bank governor. For the last 2 years, he sat down and gone, "Oh, it's terrible. We need wage rises. We need wage rises." Then wages have the possibility of starting to go up when they're actually falling, and he's suddenly going to raise interest rates because wages are going up.
We're talking to mums and dads at home. When you've got inflation at 2.5% and wages rise at 3%, that is not going backwards. Now, the fact of the matter is
7%.
I'm talking about previously. I'm talking about previously, Stephen.